On August 13th, 2016, I was evicted from an apartment right over here on Sofiski Boulevard. That August 13th, 2016, the Alexander Revninsky, who I believe was part of the security services, either the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or the FSB, he stopped by my house and we walked over here and came through here with my stuff. I had my dog in my bag, and I had everything that I owned, and half of my stuff I left for the drunken landlord. We walked over here to the street, right here. And at the street, there were two black cars, similar to this one. One had its door open, and they looked like Uber, possibly Uber. But he said, you should get into these cars. And he said, we get in these cars and then we're gonna take you to the Belarusian embassy and take you to Belarus. And at that time I had no money. And then I says, well, what about my dog? And he says, well, your dog you're gonna have to leave here because the drunken landlord, he wants to kill him. And he says, why don't you just put the dog underneath the tires of the car? And I freaked out. I'm like, there's no fucking way I'm gonna do that. I never leave anybody behind. I'm not gonna leave you behind. I'm not gonna leave my dog behind. And so as I was talking to him, there used to be a walkway here in 2016, a covered walkway, a construction walkway. And we were kind of, it was rather hot, and I was kind of up against the this covered walkway, and this guy appeared, and he was in a green shirt, and I think he spoke with no accent. I don't recall 100%, but I'm pretty sure he spoke with no accent. And he came up to me and he had a clipboard, and he said, there's a Mormon church, and there's two locations of the Mormon church. I never met this guy before. I had no idea who he is. It was obvious that Alexander Revninsky set this up. And I says, well, basically I was given a choice. I was given two choices. I could either go to the Mormon church and be dropped off there with no money, go to America, or I could go to Belarus and leave my dog behind and let it die. And so I chose the second option. I went ahead and I grabbed my dog, and I grabbed all of my stuff that I owned, the two packages of stuff that I owned, and I went over to the mall. Right over here. The mall right over here. And that's where things got really interesting.